So let me ask you, in your own view, is this election free and fair and credible?
Absolutely. I mean, look at the facts. Look at the facts. You know, I'm sure Professor Mahmoud must be feeling huge pain in his heart, that hard as he has tried. So, for the very first time, Tinubu.
Hello, my beautiful people. We are at it again. We still did the matter of election, my wonderful people. So, this matter we are one young so now about OSHIOMOLE. When the China's television journalists started asking OSHIOMOLE how the election went, whether the election was free and fair. Oh my God, come and see how OSHIOMOLE lied about the election that just took place on the 25th of February 2022. He said the election was free and fair. My wonderful people, I would like to be showing you people one after the other the place where this election was free and fair. You understand, my wonderful people? So now the matter I say make I carry and come give una make una see how the election was free and fair. It say INEC officer, which is Mr. Yakubu. Oh my God. OSHIOMOLE just break another table. According to OSHIOMOLE, he said the INEC officer, Mr. Yakubu, the chairman of the INEC, must be feeling betrayed. He said Nigeria betrayed him. We betrayed his trust. Hey, now what he come out from 2 times governor Matt be this one. My wonderful people. These are the people destroy people before they not later go to APC. You understand, my wonderful people? So he said the INEC officer must be very disappointed in what Nigeria did now. Okay, my wonderful people. He said the INEC officer, which is the chairman of INEC, Yakubu, will be disappointed in Nigeria for not trusting him upon all the goods he has done for Nigeria, for doing the election freely and fair. My people. Now, OSHIOMOLE, he put that one for Mato. He don't look back, he don't look front. He just open mouth, he just talk and poor. My people, I shock. It be like when Pepeye shit. You know, say Pepeye shit. If shit, they go front where we know stand for where Pepeye go. And so OSHIOMOLE, they talk am, my wonderful people. That is all these rich people, all these politicians. Where they carry all this money? They go. Imagine a whole 2 times governor. See what in they talk. Say the INEC officer really tried. The election was free and fair. My people, some people where they use glass, they still need extra glass. So when I feel say maybe that glass where they buy, say they use and say. So no, they use and see you. So need extra glass, my wonderful people. Because when I see OSHIOMOLE open that mouth for me, this kind of thing come answer for this election. A war. Now I know say Nigeria's otiton. Nigeria otiton, my people. Make I leave when I make una watch the full video because the thing is very heartbroken for a human being to open mouth and say this video when they watch. So what it be this one, this ballot paper? What it be? Not be throw away they throw away and so. My people, me I leave.
So let me ask you, in your own view, is this election free and fair and credible?
Absolutely. I mean, look at the facts. Look at the facts. You know, I'm sure Professor Mahmoud must be feeling huge pain in his heart, that hard as he has tried. So, for the very first time, Tinubu was defeated in Lagos. If he has the opportunity to manipulate, or he has arrangement with anybody to manipulate in his favor, no candidate want to be reported as losing his base. As things stand, of all the 4 candidates, it's only Tinubu who is reported by INEC figures that lost his state. Kwakwaso won his state. I think won his state. OBI, of course, he considered only 4,000 for all the other parties. He took the rest for himself. All of those are okay. It's only our candidate that lost his state. You think that if any one of, if Asiwaju has the means or wanted to do anybody a favor, he will allow a situation where APC candidate will lose his unit. Our DG, the DG of our campaign, Mr. Lalong, he lost his senatorial seat. You think, as DG of the campaign, if he knows what can be done to manipulate the process, he will not do so at least to save himself? The chairman of APC Progressive Forum in Kebbi lost his senatorial bid. He's a city governor. So I don't know. I thought for me, if you look at it, I'm talking about national unity. Nigerians have spoken. This mandate of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is truly a national mandate because it has huge national spread. He has votes in the south, as he had in the north, he had in the southwest, he had in the south-south, and maybe some numbers in the southeast. There is no geopolitical zone where he didn't gather some votes. Right. And there were a couple of surprises. For example, you mean that Nasarawa here, our national chairman, will lose his senatorial zone to SDP? He did. Nasarawa here, he lost his unit. You thought he plotted to lose his unit? So I don't know what evidence they have. I'm as curious as most Nigerians to say, what is this thing? If you say the mere fact that results were not transmitted electronically, my answer will be, that's why I need to explain, because they haven't quite made a formal statement on that, and it's not for me to speculate.
All right.
But it is not for nothing, Shehu, that every party is entitled to an agent. And the agent is entitled to a copy of the result sheet in his unit, which you ought to snap into the beavers and then transmit. So it's not difficult. We already have, for example, in Edo, we collated every agent before you get paid. You bring the result sheet of your unit, because that is the foundation for the ward collation. And then the ward collation is the foundation for local government collation. The local government collation is the foundation for state collation, and of course, eventually the national collation. Okay. And all of this, every party, whether major or minor, is entitled to have a copy of the result sheet. So for me, it's not something that cannot be, you can forensically look at the document and decide whether or not you want to go to court. But if they go to court, for me, that is very good.
Comrade,
because,
just for a moment. Yeah. All right, just for a moment. Let me get the views of Ms. AISHA YESUFU. I'd like you to react to some of the things Comrade OSHIOMOLE said. He said for him, the election is free, fair, and credible.
So I heard what former Governor Adams OSHIOMOLE said, and I'm so surprised that you sat down there and you allowed yourself to be rigged out of your own program. At one time, I was wondering, are you having an interview with only one person or two people? You wanted to leave several times, but they kept you there. But let me come to, first of all, let's talk about the issue of Lagos State, where he said that Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost Lagos State. That's the power of 4 people tweeting in a room. And what we are saying, even the Lagos State was rigged. The numbers that the APC got was much lower than what we finally have. And one of the things that we are talking about is that a lot of polling units results were changed. And I think one of the things that they forgot was the fact that there is going to be an IREF where polling units by polling units results were going to be uploaded. It's not what they normally have, where they collate and just have everything in lump. And so people can see, and a lot of people have been coming out to say that, look, what they have, they sat down, and one of the things that the law requires, not just the polling unit agent, by the way, the polling unit agents are not the ones who actually upload. And so is that everyone was allowed to take a copy, a picture of the ECO8 form itself. And so people have that. And our agents also have that. Lagos State, we have all the polling unit results, and we know we got way almost double of what was given. And it's so surprising how former Governor Adams Oshiomole, we talked about treason, and Obasanjo, accused him of treason, and then that he rigged him out and that he killed many people. And that is unfortunate that he is turning out to be the Obasanjo that used to be. And it took the people of Edo State telling him that Edo no be Lagos. We know they accept that kind of thing. To not allow him, do the same thing. And even up to this time, that is what we have. The pain of defeat that he talked about, well, they might think about pain of defeat. We don't have issues with defeat. If defeat is done in a fair process, in a process that is not corrupt, and in an election, the way that is free, fair, and credible. What we have today is impunity, corruption, and lack of intelligence. Because you have a lot of, I see you raising your hand. Please don't raise your hand on me. You allowed somebody to rig you and spend so much time talking. So please allow me. Thank you. We saw a situation where unintelligently there were cancellation, mutilation of polling unit results that have been uploaded. We've seen a situation where a polling unit result from another state will be taken to a polling unit result in another state. I think there's one from the one of Jigawa. You find it in Imo, in several different places. And we have said the places that we have won are Plateau State. We won. And with our own records, we got over 1 million votes. But what do we have? That was drastically reduced. In the places where in Lagos State, APC did not get 25%. Did not get that. And a whole lot of other states, the same thing. What we have is this continuous rigging, going on ahead and ahead to reduce our people's number. But at the end of the day, and I'll say, what we need, let's all have the polling unit results. We'll all go to the courts and the forensic thing as well. And one of the things that I will state here categorically, Nigerians have never faced the judiciary. We've always taken our protest to the legislative arm of government and also the executive arm of government. This time, the people of Nigeria are going to face the judiciary. We all are going to be witnesses. We are going to come with our polling unit. I have my own polling unit. I have the picture of my own polling unit. I've not even had time to go to IRF yet because I'm so upset with the whole process that had gone on. But you know what? We will go there, and every one of us, we're going to check and confirm, and they should bring those papers. Let us see. This is the time for us. The Nigerian judiciary, the Supreme Court of Nigeria should know that the Kenyan Supreme Court, they don't have two heads. It is one head they have. And that's what the judicial rascality that we have seen again and again and again in this country, where it seems that the judiciary is no longer the last a paying place for those with the money. It needs to stop. Nigeria must come first, and the people's mandate must be given to the person that won the election. What we have right now is that an INEC mandate has. And I think the thing is that Nigerians are waiting, Nigerians are paid. And for everyone, you must see that the people who claim they have won, they're not really rejoicing. And you ask yourself why? Because they know they did a shoddy job, and the evidence they are there. They stole the people's mandate, and the evidences are there easily can easily be found out. And that's what we are having right now. And definitely our principal have said it. We are going to the court. Those who think they own the people, and they have found that they do not own the people. In this country, we are all citizens. I know Nigeria is more Nigeria than any Nigeria. Thank you, Shehu.
All right, of course, Mr. YESUFU, I can't be rigged out on my own program. I simply just allowed him make his own point without interrupting him. Just a moment, madam. The same way I did not interrupt you when you were making your point, that's the same way I wasn't interrupting him. But let me ask you, perhaps the same question I put to Chief Dele Momodu earlier. So the NNPP, Labour Party, you're supporting Mr. Peter Obi, and the PDP laying claims that to the victory. How do we go out of this that looks like a logjam? If the three political parties are laying claims to the victory.
Okay, it's very simple. All we need to do, and at this stage, because that was what a lot of the party agents that were at the collation center, when in the Abuja collation center, where can you bring out this sheet one by one? I had said, let's bring out the polling unit results and be able to check them against citizens have. But he didn't want to do it because, of course, he had his own process he wanted to follow, not the free, fair, credible election process that was what we want to see now. By the time we bring out all the polling units results that are out there, and they bring out what is in IREF, then they'll be able to check them and be able to match the they didn't put into consideration is the fact that there's now technology. You are putting this result. Some of these results weren't even matching. The calculation weren't matching. So by the time we go to the polling unit by polling unit, we'll be able to know and forward. And so that's where we're going to. And the thing is that for those who keep saying that, oh, go to the court, go to the court. Yes, we will go to the court. And we have confidence in the court. The court will do what it's supposed to do. And for the first time, Nigerians are going to focus on the judiciary. We will stand there before the judiciary and we must ensure that they do the needful. Based on how deep your pocket is, that you get justice has to go. We must get to a place where Nigerian judiciary takes up that mantle that it's supposed to take up and do the needful. So there are a lot of that. What we need to do is that polling unit by polling unit result. Let's all calculate them. Let's all put them together, and we will get the person that really won without all the. In short, even in the IRF, there were situations where people were actually sending SOS notes. They were sending help notes saying, this is what is happening. People are running. We have also, I think it's in Imo State, if I'm not mistaken, where the collection officers have come out to say that is not their result. We saw what happened in Lagos, where the Labour Party chairman in Lagos did tell them that that is not the result. We are contesting not just the result of where we did not win, we are also contesting the result of where we win. Because for us, it is not about a win. It is about having a transparent process, having a free process, having a fair process, having a process that goes with the rule of the law. That is what we are asking for, not for the win. It is for them in APC that feel that, oh, they don't want pain of defeat, and then they think they can do everything with impunity to get to not have the pain of defeat. We don't care about the win. We care about the process, and it must be transparent, and that's what we are challenging. And we want all of those polling unit results to be brought out and counted. Thank you.
All right. Comrade Adams OSHIOMOLE too is saying that he's being rigged, but no one is being rigged on this program. No, what we stand for is fairness.
The point I'm making is this. If AISHA will say, because, I mean, I was listening. You gave opportunity to, I think she spoke first or Momodu spoke first.
No, she spoke first.
She first spoke. And she spoke at length. Then you called Dele Momodu. He spoke at length and claiming that he doesn't have much more time. And I was here listening. I think you better put on your
I'm watching the time. I'm watching.
Yeah.
I have the time.
If people have that, and then the next thing is, even you are involved in rigging. I like that. Because if they trivialize the issue of rigging to the point like that, it tells you that a lot of the things they are saying are not true. But let me say this. I want to be very, very clear.
Because we are due for a break.
No, wait. We'll go for a break. I am for one man, one vote. In my own, I was a candidate. And INEC, EU, delayed the materials going to some of our units. I'm not saying this thing was perfect. No, I would defend it. It's not worth it. To be a senator, not a big deal. It's a big honor, but not a big deal. Right? Truth be told, if people say because this was not transmitted, I myself, I was not even aware that they were not transmitting everything online. But that is not enough. When I talk about Obasanjo, who did an election in which there were no serial numbers in ballot papers. Ballot papers. And he said, that was a free and fair election. We are talking of Atiku, who there lost election in Adamawa. He lost the 3 senatorial seats. You remember the Professor Jibril Aminu, who had congratulated, who won. And they paid him, his opponent, to say no, he didn't win again. And Jibril Professor Aminu had already written a congratulatory message, published. If it was, is that you had an ambassador who made the person a Senate president before the person became a senator. That's why when I say a man with such crude record simply lacks the moral foundation. I have no regret for that. Right. And as you can see, Article 2 talks about his battle with his boss.
All right,
PDP.
Let's go to this break. Yeah.
So the same article you want to talk it. So I don't want us to generalize. I've not come here to defend ANECO. I've only come here to speak to the facts as I understand them.
Just let's take this break. And we're back to wrap up the program, everyone. Stay with me. I'll be right back. Thank you so much indeed, everyone. Comrade Adams OSHIOMOLE, Senator-elect of the APC, and Ms. AISHA YESUFU, a supporter of Peter Obi of the Labour Party. I'd like to get your closing thoughts, gentleman and lady, before we close. And just, I understand we have about 3 minutes left to go. So 1.5 minutes apiece. Where do we go from here? A huge burden on the shoulders of your candidate, isn't it?
No. There is no election that has not gone to court. I mean, everybody has had to go to court. I had to go to court when I was rigged out. So, even though Aisha knows that when it comes to mass mobilization, that is my specialty. But when I was rigged out, I went to court. And I'm an evidence that the judiciary can deliver justice. All I'm saying is, to make sweeping generalization, how do you explain that Nana Brown will have only 4 votes? There were all kinds of video clips showing people voting without some people going through the procedures in some part of the country. That favors Obi. So for me, I'm as curious as Aisha. Maybe Nizuki not curious, he has the evidence to see what happened in Edo State. This will interest Aisha. The fight in Benin was between the obedience and the governor, PDP. The alleged disruption of where the governor voted was done by PDP, not by me. I will never defend the election rigors. No. Like she said, I believe the process is much more than the outcome. That is my belief. And I have not run an election in Edo where I'll be accused of rigging anybody out. No. Not my relation. When he was a candidate, he was defeated. And I said, you have to market yourself. So my view is, it is helpful, but nobody wants his ambition to be such that he wants Nigeria to go into flames because he didn't win. I think Obi has made a very important point by his intervention and helping Nigeria to move away from a 2-party system to a 3-party system. If we build on that,
1 minute 30 seconds is up.
So we have no blood at all. We believe we won fairly, clearly. If they recount the vote tomorrow, we are also going to file, by the time they file their case, we will also file a counter case, and let the winner emerge. But Asiwaju won his election. He has no crisis of legitimacy. He has a spread nationwide, and there are no issues.
Let me get Ms. YESUFU's final thought on the program. Your candidate came 3rd. So how do you hope to benefit if you go to court?
How many seconds do I have?
You have 1.5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. That's 90 seconds. I'm setting my timer. Thank you so much. First of all, I think on the issue of mass mobilization, former Governor Adams OSHIOMOLE should know that it was not he is a mass mobilizer. He saw what happened in Benin City when he went to do for his campaign. How will Peter Obi benefit? Definitely by the time he brings out the polling unit by polling unit sheets. Let's not forget that APC and PDP, they are Siamese twins. They are AP. PDP and PDAPC, so they are one and the same. And the rigging went on as usual, the way they do it in both of their states. My closing final remark will be the fact that, hey, my citizens, the obedient, you did amazing. They said there were 4 people tweeting in a room, and guess what? You came out and you showed them. They thought they owned the political space. You have shown them that indeed the citizens, power now belongs to the citizens. And the next thing that you need to do, focus on the March 11th election. We need to have at least 10 governors, and we need to have a lot of members of the state houses of assembly, and that's what we are going to do. Pat yourself in the back. We won this election, and we will get our mandate back, and we will ensure that the era where people think that they are the ones who own the political space, the politician, will no longer be that way. And we must insist that we become the winners and Nigeria is the one that wins. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Aisha must know that Atiku and Obi ran the same ticket. So they are one and the same. Talking about people being one and the same. Peter Obi was the vice candidate to Atiku. They are one and the same. When did they become
We're out of time,